How long does this take to launch? I've actually never checked. I double-clicked it. That's pretty fast. This looks like Adobe, and I hate it. But it's not like Adobe, it's different. Adobe put some random picture there. I got a code, by the way, to buy GameMaker for 25% off. I wonder, should I take it? Because it's apparently just for the weekend, but there's a good chance that it'll be for next weekend as well. And the weekend after that, and the weekend after that. And probably the weekend after that too. I don't know, man. We'll see. It's probably one of those, hey, you should, but, you know, you probably don't need to kind of situations. Because it'll probably still be there next time you look. Anyway, what are we making? We're making space rocks. We've got a video to watch that goes along with this. But I want to just have a look around our code. I'm going to snoop under the hood. Okay? Because I don't remember shit. It's like if you had to ask me to blind code something right now, I wouldn't. I would not. How do I zoom? Control? Okay. So what's the reset button? Control Enter? Who has time to press I suppose I do. I'd have to take my hand off the mouse though. Oh, I can use my middle mouse to scroll. Okay. So to snoop under the hood, you can basically just use this menu here on the side. What is this quick access nonsense? Like, this is nonsense. The best way to snoop, I think, is just to go through the objects. Because, for the most part, that's where all of everything is. So, in the objects, there's basically all the important code we've put in. And I want to just basically go through it and see if I can understand what each piece of code does. I mean, I've got the notes there, which will help me because it literally explains it. But there are parts where I didn't put the notes in. And that's important. I just want to see. It'll take like 5 minutes. Okay? And then we'll start on the video again, and we're going to start. I think in this next section, we are adding score, lives, and some other GUI nonsense. Edgy, what's up, man? I just looked at your tweet as I started the stream. Fantastic, man. It's good to see you. So I'm having fun, and I really want to do it. Spending the money might keep me on board. Yes, I will probably. Seeing that I got a very, very generous gift sub batch yesterday, I can just use that to fund the GameMaker easily. So that's fantastic. That said, Taraxa is correct. And it's going to be tough trying to memorize everything, man. But I think that the documentation is kind of fantastic, yeah. So, do I want some backseat programming too? I must admit, I've actually really enjoyed the backseat programming. I have. Because it's not so much that people are saying, that's shit code, because it's a tutorial. Yes, it's shit code, because it's supposed to be for a beginner. It's more so that people are saying, oh, you know what? You can do this to make your code look neater so you can find your way around it easier. And that made me happy. Okay? You think 50 gift subs is the biggest you've ever seen aside from code doing 100? Oh, I see 100 all the time on these big streams. But I mean, it's like, I have like a big stream open as background noise or when something big is happening. And it seems like it's mostly them on their alt accounts gifting their own stuff. But like, is 100 the max? I'm very, you don't understand how thankful I am to Stull and her community and everyone else, because she's just fantastic, man. She's amazing. Stull is amazing. One would think that after I stopped playing Final Fantasy, they would forget about me or whatever. Not so. Stull didn't forget about me. I didn't forget about her. I watch her all the time. She's fantastic. But anyway, okay, sorry. I'm yakking. I'm waffling. It's not waffle. It's not waffle.
Game dev, here we go.
Game dev, here we go, man. Edgy, thank you so much for the 18 months, man. I really appreciate that. Yo, thank you. I really do, man. Does your code and stuff look like this, my dude? Is this how your code looks like? Because, I mean, I know GameMaker has its own language, but it seems to be similar to the others. Thank you, Edgy. You're not out. Don't listen to Hasan Hertz. So, okay, what I wanted to do was I'm going to start at the top here and just look at the code that I put in. This is adding variety to the asteroids by randomly picking one of the 3. So, sprite index, choose. So, we're using choose. And you can, the cool thing about GameMaker is you can just middle click on this. And then it opens this in the other window. And it just tells you what choose is. You know? It gives you this massive, dude, I'm going to go. It's like a dictionary. It's like reading the dictionary. I'm going to have to go and print, not print this, but like print this. And there's even a print button right here. And read it all. Maybe I'll get Lillian to read it to me. And then I'll memorize it all one day. One day. Okay, so choose small, medium, or huge. Okay, okay. And this is when you create it. So basically the idea is that when the asteroid spawns in, the object spawns in, you get one of the 3 from my sprites at random. Okay? I've got a small, medium, and huge. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I understand this. Okay, so it's in the create section. Then also in create, it positions them randomly, their directions, and they also move at 1 speed around the room immediately. Immediately. Which is cool. I understand that. Okay, you can click here or you can click there. I think both do the same. Step is... This is to make sure that they don't disappear into space. Yes. Okay. I understand that. Okay. I understand that. It's the warp thing. So that when they go off the edge, they come back from the other side. And this is so that they spin slowly. Huh. An image angle equals image angle plus 1. So you just add in 1 degree to it. And as the frames keep going, the asteroid keeps spinning. It's actually genius. I don't know who thought of this shit, but whoever did, it's actually genius. Bullets. Let's see what the bullets do. This is how fast the bullet will travel. It travels at 6. Okay, it travels at 6. Why is that not open here? Oh, there we go. Outside room. When it goes outside the room, it dies. Instance destroy. Okay, makes sense. That would get complex when you have more than 1 room. Now this is code. So, this is, I didn't put all my notes in here, so it's kind of difficult, but I'm going to see if I can understand it as well. This is destroy the asteroid when the bullet hits it. Okay, so instance destroy. So, and that's a collision event. These are events, that's a collision event. So when it collides with, when the bullet, because we're in the bullet, collides with object asteroid, then it destroys. That's the first thing in the code. Done. You're out. This one is to destroy the specific asteroid being hit by the bullet. Okay? So when it's hit with other... Oh god, here it gets complex. Here it gets complex. Instance destroy. If sprite is huge, then repeat 2. You repeat this twice. You repeat that because this code, this bracket is the repeat 2. You make a new asteroid if it's huge, and it's to make a new instance of obj asteroid, and it'll be medium. What is wrong with repeat 2? I'd love to hear it. So basically, when it's a huge one, it makes 2 mediums. Else, if it's a medium one, you repeat twice to make 2 small ones. I understand this. I don't know how to recode it. You just don't like the syntax? Is it clunky, basically? Oh, it's the first time you've really seen it. Well, I mean, this might be part of their GML thing, you know? Because a lot of this, while... And this is how I understand it as someone with no coding experience. A lot of the coding that you're doing here is still very visual. In other words, you still have this whole menu to guide you around, to do things, and it links things together, and it sort of makes things much more visual than maybe a different language would be. So they might have just made their language differently to coincide with that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so then we made debris. The debris is a 1x1 pixel block. It's just a single pixel, and it creates itself, right? And when it gets, well, when it gets created, I should say, rather, this is, when it gets created, and you reference it in different places, but it moves off and disappears. So direction, random, speed 1, it just goes off. This is to make it fade away, the image alpha. I'm not sure what the, okay, so I'm not sure how this works exactly. So how is this making it fade? Because it just says image alpha if it's... So image alpha equals image alpha minus 0.1. So is it minus in 0.1? And then when it reaches 0.00000, whatever, when it reaches 0, then it destroys it. I think that's how I understand it. And also, where did I link the debris? I want to just see quickly. It's like, it's in here, right? There it is. Okay, okay. Oh, shit, dude. The ship is going to be rough and tumble. The controls. We put the controls in here to make it turn left, right, speed and momentum of the ship with move forward. Then we have this one to fire bullets, which is space. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And then we have one to make the ship wrap around off the edge of the room, which we're going to look at in just a moment, into space and then back on the other side, which is fantastic. Okay, that makes sense. This one here is for the collision. And I'm so, honestly, I am so damn shocked that it's so easy to add collision to an object, because I thought it would be so much more. But you just come, you go on the object itself, the sprite, so as the ship is here, and you just go to collision mask and you set the mask. And now for the ship, it's like, I didn't do it accurately. I could have drawn the actual ship over here, but apparently that would take more computational power, so it's whatever. So we just have a diamond shape, and that takes less computational power. But it's so smart. With the asteroids, as an example, we had the ellipse, and it fit perfectly on all of them. The ellipse just fit perfectly, the collision mask. And it's so fantastic. It's so cool. It's just so easy to do that. And I thought it would be much harder. You're going to have to do coding streams when you move into your new apartment? Absolutely, dude. I now have a vested interest in this. I'd have to watch that. So, this right here is for when the asteroid collides. Wait, this asteroid collision and to destroy the ship if you collide with them. Okay, so this is a collision event, and it's a collision event on the ship with the asteroid. So when this one's mask collides with the other one's mask, then this one gets instance destroyed. Boom. Done. Okay. Want to bet how long he's going to try and learn it? You bet on 2 weeks, Mugandai? I bet on all the time. Because maybe, okay, maybe if I make a hit seller and I can retire in 2 weeks, then fine. Sure, then you win. But if I don't make the hit game and get a Steam top seller within 2 weeks, I might be busy a little longer. Okay? So, this is to make the ship explode with debris. So, this is an action that immediately repeats 10 times. So, I don't know, the one thing that I didn't get was why you say repeat 10 times before you even tell the thing what's being repeated. It's like, I get it, but I don't get it. It's like, why not first say this is happening, then it's happening 10 times? I guess it's just one of the things that you need to learn. It's like, it's just the way they code it. It's just the way the coding language works. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. It sort of makes it's a little difficult for me. Okay, so that's basically it. We've covered everything again. I love that you can just scroll around. It's like a crazy person's murder mystery board. You know, I like that. I like that about this. We can even take this guy, and why can't I click on it when it? There you go, and move him down here. Fantastic, and then you can reset it by pressing Control Enter. So we're gonna bring up the video now. And now we're going to start on the next section of this, right? And the next section, it involves score, lives, and effects. I don't know what effects are, but I'm pretty keen to find out. I won't lie. I want to know what kind of effects you can add to space rocks. It sounds fantastic. Yo, 8 quarters. How's it going? Also, is it just me or have you become an indie game dev overnight? I have. I'm basically just that right now. I don't know how I'm developing anything. I don't know what I'm developing, but I am that. I am. Yes. But when I finish this, then I guess I can call myself an indie game dev because I've made an indie game. You have to tell it ahead of time so it knows when to start and end. Oh, okay. When the start and end of the repeat are. Oh, I understand. So the start and end of the repeat being the curly brackets. Gotcha. Okay. What's this game going to be about? So this is just space rocks, man. I'm following a tutorial to make space rocks, which is called, it's like, what is it called? Asteroids or something? What's the classic? I don't know what the classic game is, but like, it's just an old school space rock shooting game. And there's a girl here who's telling us all about it. And she's okay. She's okay at explaining things. I'm not going to say she's the best, but she's definitely not the worst. She does skip over a few things here and there that make it a little bit difficult to sort of follow with, but she's fantastic overall. I'm a big fan of this. It's working for me, and I'm going to stick through it. I'm going to go all the way through, and then I've got a bunch of other videos that I'm going to look at, and we'll keep going from there. And yes, I'm putting time off stream into this already. I'm telling you now, I want to spend a lot of time. I'm going to redo this entire thing. The whole space rocks thing, I'm doing again. I'm doing it again. I've already actually even made it in my program here. I've got space rocks offline. That's my offline version of this that I've started earlier today. And I'm going to keep going on that. So now, the video is up here. I'm going to be tabbing between them and we'll just see how it goes, okay?
And welcome back to the fourth... Hello, and welcome back to the fourth tutorial for making space rocks in GML. So today I'm going to be adding the score...
What do you mean am I going to do the whole thing? Am I going to do the whole thing offline again? As in, the whole thing again? Yes, the whole thing. I'm going to do the whole thing again. Saf, what's up? Hello. It's nice to see you, Mr. Peepo. There are 5 basic videos? Yes, and then there are more after that. I'm going to do the ones after that too. Yes, but I'm doing the basic ones first. But there are 17 total? Holy shit, what does the game look like by the end of it? Cool, dude. I didn't know that. There are more? I'm not going to look at them now. I'll look at them later when we get to them. I didn't know. I had no idea. Also, by the way, I'm gonna do tonight or tomorrow. I'm just gonna bring a chat screen up. So like, sorry, I didn't bring this up. I'm gonna put a chat bar, like chat here or there, so that anyone who wants to make it full screen can see chat along with watching. Small chat, not big. And I'll just have it there sort of faded and permanently so that people can see, and then you don't have to watch chat and watch the stream at the same. It's just, you know. Dude, how do you find the playlist? Oh my god, that's the one. Thank you so much. How do you do that? Because I'm so bad at YouTube. How, you wouldn't believe, dude. How have I been doing this for like 15, 16, 30 years, and I still don't know how to open a damn playlist? Because like, I struggled, man. Okay, anyway. Thank you. Now it's in the playlist. Oh shit, dude. Yes, there's a lot of videos here. Fantastic. You need to get on with your coding stuff. It's been difficult. So it's hard to get on with. Dude, this has already been frying my brain. But I'm committing myself. I've even got videos on my phone, and I'm going to be watching them. And sort of just, I'm going to, in all my free time, I'll be spending on stream stuff and coding stuff. And I want to commit myself to it. So maybe you want to do that too. Set a day. Say, okay, today I'm starting. This goes for any of you guys, for anything. I put a mark on my calendar, and if by next time this year I haven't finished my own game and like sort of released my own game that I'm happy with, I'm going to be very unhappy. I'm basically just setting this as the day that I started, and I want to build up from here. Depending on how much I do, I'd like to see some progress over the next little bit. That's just, it's what I want. I've decided that I want it. And I have been enjoying the idea of it, but what really enthuses me is the fact that I get to make things. I get to make things. So if my brain thinks, you know, wow, it would be amazing to have this. Why the hell has no one made this? I can make it. Do I have any ideas of future projects? Oh, you have no idea how many ideas I have. I have 4. I have 4. They're not being spoken about much yet. We discussed one very briefly 2 days ago. It was a great idea. Everyone agreed with it. Wait, I've got a picture for this. Everyone agreed with it. And everyone's excited about it too. So, I haven't mentioned the other 3 yet. There are 3 others. But yeah, that's just the starter, like the tip of the iceberg. Dude, I have so many ideas, and they're good ideas. I promise you. Okay, we're gonna go. But first, I need to know how to do things. Most people have a need to be creative in a literal sense and actually make stuff. But a lot of them have no outlet for it. I have an outlet for it. I just let it out, and it poofs into the air, and it doesn't really do much for me like that. Could you have a teaser about one? You swear you won't steal it? Oh, wait, I got a picture for this too. Hold on. You swear you won't steal it? It's such a good idea that no, you will steal it. Everyone will steal it because it's already great. Okay, space rocks, here we go.
And welcome back to the 4th tutorial for making space rocks in GML. So today I'm going to be adding the score and lives and also the different rooms.
I have to pause one more time. When does it go into alpha? Okay, so listen. It's going to cost $375 for alpha access, and you're going to help me test my game. And I want to say next week. By the way, I'm referencing Ashes of Creation's alpha, which comes next week. I think it might have been delayed till the week after or something like that. It costs $375 to get into the Ashes of Creation alpha. Like, holy shit. Like, holy crap, dude. $375? You can't copyright ideas, so once you release it, they can steal it anyway, as long as they don't use your assets. Yes. I know that, but, dude, $375! You know what I have to say to that? You're out! Jesus. That's insane. And then it tears itself down. So, like, for the next alpha after that, it's like $275. For the next one after that, it's like, $150. You get into beta 2. For the next one after that, to get into the next beta, it's $100. Dude, they are insane. Plus, they kickstarted it. Like, what are they even thinking? Anyway, let's not talk about that. But yes, I don't think that it helps if people steal my ideas, because there's no way anyone is going to make it as good as I'm going to make it, because I have so many ideas for it. And I'm sorry, everyone's games will be prettier, everyone's games will be better coded, but it won't have the heart and soul that my game will have. So mine will still be the OG. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So people can try and steal it, but it won't work.
So let's get started. Let's create a new object, and I'm going to call this OBJ game. And this object is going to be more of a system object. It's not ever going to be visible to the player, but it's going to be controlling things behind the scenes.
Oh my god, I was wondering when this would come.
Its create event. And in here, we're going to use the built-in variables score, and we'll just start that.
Okay, Traxxas says if he built it, it wouldn't be prettier. I don't know, man. I don't know. Have you seen my cat? I made a cat sprite. Oh my god. Traxa, I feel like we might be on the level here. The same level. So, object. This is going to be OBJ game. OBJ game. So, this, I was wondering when this would come in, because it's kind of interesting. I thought that there would be more of this right from the start. What did Traxa make? Dude, your ship is fantastic! That's way better than mine. Nice. Oh, you'd recommend against stealing ideas? Oh, yeah, same, man. But that doesn't stop people. And I mean, no one here's gonna steal my idea. It's not that what I'm worried about, but people do it, dude. I mean, geez. Can any of you guys remember when Overwatch came out? How many Overwatch clones came out within, like, a month of it releasing? Oh my god. It must feel terrible, but at the same time, it's flattering, dude.
That off as 0, and also lives. And let's just go with 3. So these two variables are special variables that are built into GameMaker, and they're actually global variables. And that means that, unlike instance variables,
I should pause. Global variables have a global scope. So they can be accessed by any object. How do we know that? You can declare a new global variable. Oh, okay, here you go. So you type global variables, global dot new variable equals 5. I don't understand that part. She better explain it now. She better explain it.
only accessible to a particular instance, or local variables which are only available during one script, global variables will persist for the whole game and any instance can use them. So now that we've set those two up, let's go and draw them to the screen. So let's go into the drawer.
So this is, you can press a /. These are global variables that handle score and lives. I'm gonna have to put more in this note because I don't know if I understand it yet.
Event, and this is where we can draw different elements to the screen. So you can draw things like text, shapes, and sprites. So we're going to be drawing text, and the function that we can use for that is just draw text. As you can see, there text.
Is it that simple?
Let's go and draw them to the screen. So let's go into the draw event, and this is where we can draw different elements.
Just
to
like
the screen.
that.
So you can draw things like text, shapes, and sprites.
Huh.
So we're going to be drawing text, and the function that we can use for that is just draw text. As you can see, there are a few different ones. So if you want to draw it with a certain color, or if you want to draw it transformed, you can use those ones. But for now, we'll just use this. So for the XY location of the text, I might draw it just at the top left, but bumped over a little bit. So I'm just going to go 20, 20. And now it's asking for a string. So remember, a string, unlike something like this, which is a number, a string is a bunch of letters that we put like this. So if I want to draw the score to the screen, I have to convert it from a number into a string. And there is actually a function for that, so we can just go string. And that will convert it to a string. And
okay, so this is interesting to me. So basically, this is one of those situations where you sort of, it's like you need to know. It's like you need to know the code. So now the idea is that I've basically so wait. Okay. I'm drawing text top of the screen, and it's linking itself to this. Right?
Since that is just going to be drawing a number, just so that we know what that number corresponds to, I'm also going to write score, and then I'm going to add that together, and that's going to do probably exactly...
We can only add two variables of the same type together, i.e. a string to another string. However, we cannot add a number to a string. So, okay, there's now... Okay, this is the part I was waiting for. So this is what I was waiting for, right? So the idea behind this is that now I'm adding, that's what it's going to look like on the screen. That's the quote. That's what this text is looking like. So this, I don't want to say she should have started this, but and then you add in score. That's the text. Plus you add in the score variable to it, or whatever this is called, the green text, and that makes sense to me. Now it's okay.
Exactly what you think it will. So it's just going to say score.
Yo, Doc Snakecake, Duane is for housing ideas in Final Fantasy. You look at other people's builds, then try to rebuild them. During that, you try to find your own things that you can do. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? For games and gaming, it's not all been done yet. It hasn't. It hasn't. There are games coming out to this day that prove that it's not all been done yet. But a lot has been done. And there's a huge amount of inspiration. And it's great to take inspiration from classics and games that did well, games that people like, put your own spin on it, enough of a spin that it's a different game, and release it. Cool. That's not really stealing an idea. That's bettering gaming as a whole. So that's different. That's entirely different.
And then it will add whatever number this is as a string to the other string. And it will draw those combined. And let's do the same thing for the lives, except I'll draw it down a little bit, and we'll draw lives and lives.
40,
and
or what?
now all we have to
20,
do
40,
is add
okay.
the game to our room. And for objects like this, the convention is to just put them at 0, 0, but really you can put them wherever you want. Their position isn't going to matter. All right, and let's just run the game.
Can we change in this? So we've got score and we've got lives. That's the two built-in variable. There you go. That's the two variables we have over here. And I want to put a note in here so I remember what it is. This is to draw the actual UI of the game and link it to the variables we created.
And now all we have to do is add the game to our room. And for objects like this, the convention is to just put them at 0, 0, but really you can put them wherever you want. Their position isn't going to matter. All right,
oh, I have to put them in the game world. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm just making sure that the object is there. Because this is not, it doesn't matter. This can go anywhere. The reason she put it up there is just, I think, to find it easily, right? Now I wonder, do you need one of these for every room? Or how does it work? Let's check the game. Oh, come on. Dude, isn't that fancy? Look at my damn space shooting game here. I got lives. I got score. Although, they don't do anything yet, do they? Let's see what happens if I get hit. Is it already going to work? That doesn't work. Okay. So, we're going to now go into the ship object, and we're going to create an event there that when the ship collides and gets destroyed, it subtracts 1 from lives. And then we're going to have another event linked to that that's going to respawn the ship after a second, and you'll have that repeat 3 times, and at the end of it, you're out. That's so cool. She forgot to write respawn code? There's no way. Hold on.
So there we go. Now, at the moment, those aren't actually doing anything, so let's have the score increment when we shoot an asteroid, and the lives decrease when we hit an asteroid. So at the moment, it's actually just drawing with the default font, so let's create a new font. Call it FNT text. And again, you can pick whatever font you want. I'll just go with Consolis. And I might turn off...
I can use fonts? That, she just went way too quick there, by the way.
And again, you can pick whatever font you want. I'll just when we hit
I have
an asteroid.
fonts.
So at the moment, it's actually just drawing with the default
I have
font.
fonts
So
for
let's
days.
create a new font.
Okay, let's create a new font. She said it, dude. I'm not the one who said it. A new font. We're just going to call it FNT. She said what? FNT.
Font. Call it FNT text.
Text. Ah! Elephant. Oh my god. That's actually not... Yeah, okay. I mean, I think I got a Pokemon one that's actually really nice. No, oh shit, not that one. Pokemon Pixel. Oh, that's beautiful, dude. That's a nice... That's the Game Boy one. But I like Pixel Mix, dude. Pixel Mix Bold, actually. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It suits the style. But maybe regulars. Yeah, regulars fine too. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Okay.
Again, you can pick whatever font you want. I'll just go with Consolis. And I might turn off anti-aliasing just to give it a bit more of a retro look so that we don't have the text pixels smoothing. It's going to be more blocky.
Sure.
So now we just have to set that font value. And since we only need to set it once, and then we're going to use the same font for the entire game, we can just set it in the create event for the game object. So we just go draw, set font, FNT text, and now it will use that font to draw this.
Oh. It's that easy, dude. Draw set font? What did she say? God, how do I... Dude, it's so much easier if you have it on 2 screens. So FNT text. That's wrong. FNT text. No, it's right. Okay. And then we're going to want to put this... This is the global font for the game. I could side by side it. I mean, I had it like this, yeah. I had it like this.
Alright, let's actually play with those values for the lives and the score. So in the bullet, that's where we had the collision with the asteroid. And now, no matter what asteroid is being hit, I'm also going to...
Is this right? No, something's wrong here, dude. Draw, set, font. No spaces. This is right. Okay, okay. You can middle click and it takes you to the... Dude, that is such a nice quality of life feature. Isn't that true? Isn't that a great quality of life feature? So, you can just middle click on it and to make sure it's linking properly, it shows you a font. What the balls? That's fantastic.
So in the bullet, that's where we had the collision with the asteroid.
Okay, hold on.
And now it will use that font to draw this. All right, let's actually play with those values.
Okay, in your asset browser, you can double click to jump to them too. Yeah, I noticed that.
The lives and the score. So in the bullet, that's where we had the collision with the asteroid. And now, no matter what asteroid is being hit, I'm also going to add to the score. So I'll add score plus equals 10.
Whoa. Why does her bullet not have the outside room code anymore? What?
Bullet, that's where we had the collision with the asteroid.
Huh. Interesting.
And now, no matter what asteroid is being hit, I'm also going to add to the score. So I'll add score plus equals 10. This is a global variable, so we can access it from the bullet. All right, and let's come over.
So here we're doing score plus equals 10. So why plus equals 10?
I'm also going to add to the score. So I'll add score plus equals 10. This is a global variable, so we can access it from the bullet. All right, and let's come over to the ship, collision with the asteroid, and let's get rid of 1 life. Lives minus equals 1. So now if we run the game.
Okay, now on the ship. I think I'm doing this. Is that it? Are we just gonna run the game? Let's see. I got score. And my lives went down. Okay. That worked.
And we shoot an asteroid. You can see that the score is going up and our lives go down if we hit an asteroid. All right. Now let's create the other rooms for the game. So I want my start room to be essentially the same as this, the same dimensions and everything, but just to have some text appearing in the middle. So I'm going to duplicate this one, rm start, and I'm going to drag it to the top here because whatever room is at the top is the room that you're going to start in when the game runs. All right, and I'm just going to get rid of these. And
I'm going to check that out now,
we
Dave.
do want to create the game object in this room. And
what
then
did she just get rid of there?
And now we do
Oh, okay. She got rid of everything except obj game.
I want to create the game object in this room, and then I want it to persist for the whole game, right?
Usually all instances are destroyed when we move to a new room. However, we can mark instances as persistent if we want them to remain in the game. Okay, what did Dave do? Rocks and a naked man. Why is it not loading? Oh, it loaded. What the hell am I doing? Oh my god, I dig this. I dig this, Dave. You can hide. Look at him, look at him. Soon. Soon. Now all you need to do is make a big dragon here. To make the game complete, is you make a big dragon head that moves around blowing fire. And if you move the mouse, he faces it. Oh yeah, true. That's fantastic. And then the dragons blow in fire, and all you need to do is hide behind the rocks every time the fire comes, then run, then hide behind the rocks, then run. Dude, the animation on the little guy is so cute, man. That's fantastic. I love the legs. How did you do this? I don't want to know. This is just hurting my everything. Okay. Dragons have made it here too. It doesn't have to be a dragon. It can be a cat. It can be a cat too. You can just have a cat paw that like swipes, and if you're not behind the rock, then it hits you, and you're dead. Dave, that's a really cool game, man. I dig it. Are you ready to put it on? You just mined crypto from my machine? Fantastic. Is it on Steam already? How much crypto did you get? Dude, it must have been at least a few dollars. I'm proud of you, man. This is fantastic. I aspire to do this. Did you draw the rocks, by the way? Wait, did you draw those rocks? Okay, so we want to make a new room. This one's going to be RM start. No, I'm duplicating. Right, hold on. Delete. We're duplicating. And it's going to be RM start. You made it about 43 years ago? Shit, okay. You probably made it then. Okay, so we put it to the top because we want it to be... Why can't I reorganize this like she did? Woman?
And now we do want to create here, because whatever room is at the top is the room that you're going to start in.
It says you have to drag it down from the top. Now it's in scripts. Okay. Oh, room manager. Seriously? How do I get back there? How did I just open room manager? Here, okay. I understand. This is so stupid. Why not just show it here? Huh. I don't know. I don't understand. But whatever. Let's keep going. So she deleted everything from the room.
RM start. And I'm going to drag it to the top here, because whatever room is at the top is the room that you're going to start in when the game runs. Alright, and...
Click the box left of the room icon. Yeah, this one. I mean, I did it. But it still doesn't move here. Which is weird. Strange. Now, how do I get to that menu that she had on the side? Huh? Svitsmka, what up? Svitsmka. Nice name, I like that. Okay. It's good. This menu here. So, instance, layer properties, RM start. You haven't got a layer selected? Now I dragged it too small. Ah, here we go. Oh. Ah, fantastic. So it's just a weird messed up. It's just tiny. Okay. Okay, so we're on game and start. So for this one, we're removing everything except obj game. Fantastic. Hey, Art, what's up? Should email complaint. Rage that they changed their UI from the videos. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just they should update it. This is a very small quality of life thing that I feel like it should be in the right order here as well as here. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's alphabetical versus not. It's whatever. That's whatever. Okay, we've done what she said.
And I'm just going to get rid of these. And now we do want to create the game object in this room. And then I want it to persist for the whole game. Right? So I don't actually want it to be getting created in the game room. I want it to be created right here at the start. And then as we transition between the different rooms, I want that object to persist and keep score of everything. So I'm going to just tick this persistent. All right. And now I'm just going to duplicate the start room again. I'm going to call that rmWin. And again, I'm just going to get rid of that game object. And one more time for game over. All right. And now, depending on what room we're in, I actually want...
Okay, so we're just doing more of these now. Duplicate. rmWin. Game over. Does she do game over one word, or... Let's just check. Yes.
The game object to be drawing different things. So I only want it to draw this stuff when we're in the game room. But if it's in the other rooms, I want it to draw different text. So I could just do if the room that we're in is equal to rmGame. And then I could do a bunch of other else if statements to check for the rest of them. But let's do something different this time. I'm actually going to use a switch statement. So I'm going to go switch room. And now a switch statement has essentially the same logic as an if else if chain, right? So I'm basically saying switch the room, so whatever room is equal to, in the case that it's equal to the RM game.
Okay, I should probably start already. So we're on this one. And I think I can put it right here. I think I put it right here. She's doing switch room. And then she opens the curly bracket. And she closes it after.
Then it will do this stuff.
And then she does this here. So what she did is she tabbed that once. And then she has case. What is case even? I should check that out. Okay, there's nothing on case. They don't have case. Maybe switch has something? Also, no? Switch, here we go. Ah, here we go. Okay. This is it. Okay, so it's switch. In a number of situations, you want to let your instances complete different actions depending on the particular value. You can set this using a number of consecutive if/else statements, but when possible choices get above 2 or 3, it's usually easier to use the switch statement. A switch statement has the following form. Switch, expression, case, constant statement, break. No idea what all this means, but I understand the concept of it. I do. It works as follows. First, the expression is executed. Yes, this. Next, it is compared with the result of the different constants. Oh, to see which one it needs to go to. After each of the case statements. When we say constant, what we mean is the value. If the case cannot be variable expression and must be fixed value of any data type like fight or 3-word or 3 or the keyword no one. Is that no one? The execution continues after the first case statement and the correct value until it breaks down. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this. This is a huge amount just for Switch, but that's fantastic. They have so much. It's a bit much, yes. It's a bit much. It's just a bit much, but it's fine. We're still busy with this. Why are there 2 errors here? Why is there red? Draw text ID accepted. What? Unexpected syntax error. Oh, the case, right. Wait, she does double point here. Oh. that correct? Wow. See, my text here is kind of getting in the way. So I'm putting it at the top. So we can have it slightly more, like, cozy. And I'm going to put the this here. So we can keep it neater like you guys usually want it. It makes sense.
Stuff. And then at the end of that, we just put a break. So that's one case. But we can set up another case, like the start. And
So break. Okay, I need to Google break here quickly. At the end of that, we can just put a break, she says. Google break. It's a statement used to end prematurely. A for, repeat while, or do until a loop of some kind. Oh, so it doesn't just keep switching. Okay, so it gets to that, and then it stops on that, so it doesn't keep going. Okay.
we will do the same for all of them. And the reason that we put these breaks in is because it kind of signals the end of the case. If you don't put the break in, then the switch statement doesn't know when to finish, and it'll actually just run the code for the next one. So make sure...
Okay. Let me type all of this that she just typed there, because she just went like ham on typing. And this is all going inside this bracket. So, case. Now, she did some shit here, like she put this, a tab in, and then case. It'll be rm start. And then she does this. And then she does break. But break is tabbed in a little bit. Oops. Break is tabbed in a little bit because it lines up with that. So the formatting stuff here, it's kind of difficult, but it does make sense. And man, I don't know. It's going to just take a bit of time to get used to. So rm win is the other one. And then case rm game over. And then break again. I think that's it. Yo! Next best thing. This is indeed different, isn't it? It's a lot different. Tabbing in is just for readability. Yes, it's more just that I want it to be readable right from the start, and I want to get used to doing it, I think. You came expecting games, but now I'm going to make one, hopefully. It's going to take a while. I mean, with this one, it's going to be made soon, but...
Sure that you do put a break here.
It's not my own game.
Right. So now, for the start room, I want to do a few things. So let's start off with the title. Let's go draw text, and I'm actually going to use one of these ones here. So I'm going to use transformed color, because I want to draw this a little bit bigger, and I want to add a color to it. And I think this is going to get quite big, so I might do this over multiple lines. So you can see down here, there's a few more arguments that we have to give it. So the XY, I want to draw this in the middle of the room. So I'm going to go room width over 2. And I'll do it still at the top, but a little bit down, right? So remember, our room is 500 by 500, so that will be a fifth of the way down. The string itself is just going to be space rocks. Now for the X...
Okay, she's like really moving fast. Villain, what's up, man? Without giving anything away, do I have any idea what I'd like to work towards? Yes, I like the idea of roguelikes and roguelites, I suppose. I like the idea of RPG lights, like an RPG which is not too hardcore and crazy. I mean, as for like what specifically I want to make, I have a bunch of ideas, but it's not something that I sort of would commit to yet, because I only 2 days ago started putting these things together. But I already have straight up done an idea ready for my first one that I want to do. The most difficult thing for me right now, I'd say for sure, is going to be art. And I think that the chances are, for at least the first few that I make as like the test projects, it'll be tile sets that I use from other people, and I'll just modify them in small ways here and there to make them sort of fit what I'm doing better. That's the idea. But I do have lots of basically cool things that I wouldn't mind doing. Okay, so...
a little bit down, right? So remember our room is 500 by 500, so that will and I'm finish and it'll actually just run the code for the next one. So make sure that you do put a break here. All right. So now for the start room, I want to do a few things. So let's start
She
off
moves
with
so fast in this little bit, dude.
the title. Let's go draw text, and I'm actually going to use one of these ones here. So I'm going to use transformed color because I want to draw this a little bit bigger and I want to add a color to it. And I think this is going to get quite big, so I might do this over multiple lines. So you can see down here, there's a few more arguments that we have to give it. So
do I understand what a switch statement is doing? I do. The switch part I understand, but what she's busy doing right now with the color and the text, she just goes through it so quickly. Like she rapid fires this so quickly that I kind of lose it.
XY, I want to draw this in the middle of the room. So I'm going to go room width over 2. And I'll do it still at the top, but a little bit down.
So what? There, this is the part. Yeah, it's like room width over 2, and then she puts 100 in there without saying anything about it.
So the XY, I want to draw this in the middle of the room. So I'm going to go room width over 2. And I'll do it still at the top, but a little bit down, right? So remember our room is 500 by 500, so that will be a fifth of the way down. The string itself.
You do not have to use these exact values with your game. Feel free to play with the numbers, see what it looks good to you. Well, what is the over 2 bit? I understand that 100 is 100 from the top down. I get that, but what is over 2? I just don't understand. I understand what 100 means. Yes. It's to get it in the middle. But if it's XY values... Oh, wait, hold on. Can I do transformed color and look at this? XY. Oh. So, wait, X is room width over 2, and Y would be the next one that I type in. So it's 250. Why didn't she just type 250 in there? Oh, so, oh, okay, so this will, okay, I understand. Because if she put 250 in there, and at some point you change the size of the room, then that would be screwed, because it wouldn't be in the middle anymore. But if you do room width over 2, then it puts it room width over 2. But, in other words, it puts it exactly in the middle. Regardless, it would be, if it's 1,000 big, then it'll be 500. If it's 2,000 big, it'll be 1,000. Okay. So this is a future proof in. Oh, Jesus, God. Still, though, it's a bit much for me. In other words, like, wow. Yeah. I get it, though. Thank you.
Is just going to be space rocks. Now, for the X scale and Y.
Okay, and then that's the... Oh, wait, let's check this again. So, she's doing space rocks. No, I'm playing too much Guild Wars. Let's make it proper.
Y scale. So normally this is 1 by default, but I want this to be a lot bigger than the other text, so I'm going to say 3 for both. I don't want to tilt this text at any angle, so I'm just going to say 0. And now, so these are asking for 4 different colors, and that's just because you can actually have the corners of all of the text being kind of different colors. I'm going to set them to all be the same. So what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to set.
So why did you do 3,
and
3,
that
0?
is 1 by default, but I want this to be a lot bigger than the other text, so I'm going to say 3 for both. I don't want to tilt this text at any angle, so I'm just going to say
XY string being the text, X scale, Y scale, that's the size, angle, no tilt, C color 1, 2, 3, 4, and then alpha is the opacity.
0. And now, so these are asking for 4 different colors, and that's just because you can actually have the corners of all of the text being kind of different colors. I'm going to set them to all be the same. So what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to set a temporary variable C equal to C underscore, and these are constants for some different colors that we can use. You can actually use hex values and stuff, but this is easier if you just want some stock colors. So I'm going to use C yellow, and use that for all of those. And for the alpha,
I like
want
yellow.
this to be not transparent at all, so I'm going to say 1. Next, I'm going to draw kind of the instructions to the player. So again, I'm going to have this be centered in the middle of the room. So room width.
So she added a variable at the top, and then what she's doing here is, and is this a variable for just this event, or is it it's not a global variable? No. Then what's happening is you put in the variable in here as the color, and the opacity is 1.
In the middle, and use that for all of those. And for the alpha, I want this to be not transparent at all, so I'm going to say 1. Next, I'm going to draw kind of the instructions to the player. So again, I'm going to have...
Holy shit, I'm already lost. Okay. Break. I agree with you guys. This doesn't seem like a first game. She's very quick with her instructions, and it's getting mega complex. I have another one, and I will show you quickly what it is. I have another one. It's from a guy called Sean Spalding, which I've got a lot of stuff from him now, where he makes this.
You see our green square.
And I'm going to look at this. Sorry, it was loud. I'm going to look at this later. This is my next one, where he's basically going to make a very basic platformer. And oh crap, what did I just click on? Oh my god. Please God. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Okay. Did she even go through what a variable is? Yes, at the start. Very briefly. But he's making this. So I will check this one out next. It's tough, man. As someone who's brand new to all of this, I don't think it really matters. In other words, like, I could do this one first, I could do that one first. They're all going to be very new to me, very, very difficult for me to understand. But the chances are I will, I'll want to do them all eventually anyway. So I will do that one next.
This be centered in the middle of the room. So room width over 2, and I'll just go down a little bit more. And now for the string. So I'm going to firstly say on the first line, score 1,000 points to win. But I actually want a few different lines of text, and what we can actually do is open this up with an @ and this will continue the string over multiple lines. So now I'm just going to tell the player what the controls are. Up is move. So left, right is change.
Okay. That she doesn't explain much, but I mean, I wonder if I can click on it. No, I can't.
Direction, and space is shoot. And then I'll just say press enter to start. And
she types really fast. Doesn't work right in the new version, so you have to modify some code. Okay. Remember learning variables and spending ages on really basic stuff? It is basic. It does matter if you can't grasp the fundamentals, she's going to confuse you. She is confusing me, but if I take a bit of time to suss it out like I have been, it makes a bit more sense. Like, I've been trying to go out of my way to understand it.
And we can end the string there.
I made a mistake. Oh no, I didn't make a mistake. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so where does this one open? This one opens with draw text. And that one... Gotcha. Okay. Got it. Okay, so this one opens there, that one opens there.
Alright, so let's just give that a test. So
yes, let's. Moment of truth. Incorrect. Incorrect. I made a typo here somewhere. Hold on. Where did I make the typo? Let's see.
So remember, we should be starting off in the room start, so this text should be popping up. Alright, so we can see it's
right.
kind of working, but the text is left justified, isn't it? So everything is being knocked over to the right. So if we want to get it center justified, we can use draw, set, H-align, so the horizontal
Is she doing all of this straight from her noggin? Because I think it's so impressive.
alignment, and then we use FA center to get it in the center. And then after all of this, we have to reset it back to normal because we don't want horizontal alignment.
She almost certainly has a script. She'll be copied something she has already written. Oh God, okay. You guys are saying God no? She's watching a video? Genius. No, but seriously, so you guys can't just do stuff like this out of your head? You can't do this out of your head? Wow. It makes me feel better. About being shit.
And then we use FA center to get it in the center. And then after all of this, we have to reset it back.
She moves too fast, dude. Jesus, we're babies. We're taking baby steps.
And then
she closed that thing so quickly and moved down so quickly. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
To get it in the center. And then after all of this...
Meow. Middle click on the function name to bring up more information about how alignment works. I know how alignment works. Okay. 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 That's why you're not the biggest fan of video tutorials. Traxo was saying the same. Yeah. That's fine. You wonder what a StarCraft APM would be? Mega high.
This, we have to reset it back to normal because we don't want anything else.
Oh, so if you were doing this yourselves, you guys would be testing like after every line of code, basically. Well, basically, not like all the time, but like if it's complex stuff, you'd be doing it all the time, like constantly.
Being drawn incorrectly.
So we're going down to where the break is, and we're gonna put this in there, and then we're gonna reset it to left because we're in OBJ Games. So this is like global stuff that we're working with here.
We change it back to be to the left. All right, and just run it again, and then we go.
Okay, dude. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, but what are these shit blocks that I have here that she doesn't have? What's this shit? What's this? Oh, this is my font. Oh, this is the shitty font that I picked. Okay, let's change the font quickly. I chose a shit font. It's a shit font. I can see that there's doodles here, doodles there. Okay, Pixel Mix sucks. My go-to is Utsa. Let's see. Jeez, that's small. You... What? Nah, dude. Ultima Runes? Yeah. Nice. Nice. Oh my god. Space rocks, dude. In Ultima Runes. I actually like it. This is perfect. Okay. So, if you get rid of the indentation... No ways, really? What does that mean? You're much more comfortable with that as a Swede? Good, good. I'm glad you like it. Unfortunately, I can't use that. I have so many good fonts. I do really... I honestly see myself as a bit of a collector. I just can't remember what the good ones are. Another one that I use quite often is Franklin. So, I said fr. Franklin, let's say Gothic Heavy. But it's not going to work. So let's go with Franklin Gothic Medium. And Traxa says it's not my font. So we're going back to Pixel Mix. Okay. Alright. So why is it not my font? It's the tabs. To make it, you have to make your code ugly. Oh. It's okay. Let me check quickly. So then we're going back to RM game. OBJ game. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. But how? Because it's even rendering this here. So how do I put spaces then? No, she has spaces in hers. Dude. Oh, maybe just one?
Everything is popping up right. Okay, now...
Just a new line without the tabs. Oh. Yeah. Boom. Okay, so it's the tabs specifically doing it. GG, dude. GG. Wow, you did that? Okay, man. Good luck. Good luck. It looks like you sneezed on your keyboard, tried to wipe it away with a cloth, and then you got that code that you've got there. Oh, yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Gotcha.
For the rest. So I'm going to do quite a similar thing to here. So I might just copy this, paste it here. So instead of using the yellow for the large text, I'm going to use lime because we've won. So I'm going to say U1.
What? Okay, wait, stop. You went too fast.
Paste it here. And
You went too
anything else
fast.
being drawn incorrectly. So we change it back to be to the left. All right, and just run it again. And there we go. Everything
She
is
went too
popping up
fast.
right. Okay, now for the rest. So I'm going to do quite a similar thing.
Look, I don't even see where she drags it from. Okay, so from draw set under CM start. Jeez, man. Now, where does she take it?
To here. So I might just copy this.
All the way down to FA left.
Paste it here.
Paste it where?
Here. So I might just copy this. Paste.
Oh, in win. Okay. This is so messy. Oh, in here. Here. Oh, shit. She said lime. Lime is fine.
Paste it here. So instead of using the yellow for the large text, I'm going to use lime because we've won. So I'm going to say U1.
Oh, because we won, it's green now.
I might put it down a little bit.
Oh, you
and
won.
now for the text, I'll put this at 300 and just say press enter to restart.
Okay, I at least understand what she's doing here. This makes perfect sense to me. Sure. But she removes the doodles and she doesn't say why. Why does she remove the at again? And how does she remove the at?
U1. I might put it down a little bit. And now for the
It's one line now? Okay. Oh, of course. It's just a single line. Of course. That's why. Thank you. Oh my god. You guys are geniuses. Yes. Because that means that was its entire paragraph or whatever. I understand.
text, I'll put this at...
Ah!
And welcome to the third tutorial on making space rock. This at 300.
Oh my god, YouTube is fantastic. There we go.
And just say, press enter to restart. Alright, and I'll copy this for the game over.
What part did she copy?
Alright, and I'll copy this.
She's way too fast. I'm gonna go tell her on Twitter. I don't know if she's on Twitter. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna tell her. I lied.
The game over.
Dave, the churros a crock of shit. Yeah. You teaching your girlfriend Unreal Engine 4? No ways, dude. Good luck with that. She's trying to teach me this, and it's a tough time, so... Yo, mates, what's up? I'm programming Hearthstone too. I'm on the up and up, man. What can I say?
This time I'm going to use red.
Yes. Okay, so we're on... my code is very bad here right now. I think I need to bring this back one more. Because I'm struggling to see... There we go. Now it makes more sense. There we go. Okay. Game over. You're out.
I'm going to say game over. And I'll put this at 150.
Why does it have to be in a different place every time? Who's following me for this? Muna Copy, what up? Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Welcome. Why is the GameMaker scripting language so ugly? It's just my code in that's ugly. It's just my code in that's ugly. I'm sorry.
And then I just want to tell the player what the final score that they got was. So I'll do this at 250. And we'll go final score plus...
Asho A ring.
Shrenko, Asho A ring to you too, man. Thank you so much for the 41 months. Wow. Dude, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
String score.
Okay, I understand that. So she's wait, so that comes after. So plus string score.
And then also we'll do another line saying press enter to restart. So a lot of...
Didn't we just have that there? Why didn't we leave it that like...
We'll do another line.
Oh no. Oh no, dude. This is the biggest mess I've ever seen. It might be the color scheme, but this one doesn't feel right. I don't know. It looks very similar to C++. Does it really? Shrinko, thank you once again, man. It's nice to see you. Hello.
Saying press enter to restart. So a lot of this is...
Does she remove the score thing there? Yes.
We'll do another line saying
we haven't programmed it to this. See, this stuff here, this shouldn't be here. But I can't, it has to be here, else it's going to have the bugs in the text.
Press enter to restart. So a lot of this is pretty boring. It's just playing around with the numbers to see what looks okay. And now for us to actually check this, we should get the game working so that we're transitioning to the correct rooms. So first off, because we...
Okay, is there no... I hope there's no issues in my code here, because I have no idea what I just did.
Transitioning to the correct rooms. So first off, because we start in this start room, and we've said press enter to start, we have to set up that key press. So in this game object, I'm going to add the step event. So I'm going to have if keyboard check pressed, the enter key. And now depending on the room, I want it to do different things. So if we're in the start room, then I want to go to the game room. But if we're on the win screen, then I want to restart the game, and the same for the game over screen. So we
She's on the official YoYo Games. She's not YoYo Games. Her name is Cosmo Canyon. Friendly Cosmonaut. Sorry. That's her name. That's her name. But it's the official channel.
in this...
The heck in heck? Hello, Silver! Hello, bring some balance to the force here, man. Well, listen, let me just show you soon that the the other videos that I'm going to watch are from actual game devs. Maybe they'll make much more sense to you guys. She might not be an actual game dev. I don't know anything about her, dude.
Game object. I'm going to add the step event. So I'm going to have if keyboard check pressed, the enter key. And now, depending on the room, I want it to do different things. So if we're in the start room, then I want to go to the game room. But if we're on the win screen, then I want to restart the game, and the same if we're in the start room.
VK enter. Okay. Why is it VK anyway?
Room, then I want to go to the game room. But if we're on the win screen, then I want to restart the game, and the same for the game over screen. So we could use another switch statement and say depending on the room, in the case that we are in the start room.
When she says it like that, when she explains case like that, it makes much more. They decided to call their input keys VK. Very keyboard. Virtual keyboard. Yeah, so everyone said that's the best way to do curly brackets. That's how people say I should do it, mates. So I will do it like that most of the time if I can. If I remember. Silva, I'd love some distractions. Go for it, man. So now what she's doing is, we put in a switch in, okay? This is another curly bracket. Oh my god, it's a curly bracket in a curly bracket. So we're doing switch. Room. And then we start in another curly bracket. This is crazy. Okay, case. RM. Start.
Then we are going to change the room. So let's use room, go to, and this function
and she puts the
will
break in
transition us to a
immediately.
different room. So let's go to the game room. But if we are in the win room, then we are going to game restart. So we're going to restart the whole game. And actually, I want it to do the same thing if we're in the game over room. So what I can actually do is say case room game.
Too fast. Too fast. Wait. I'm figuring it out, dudes. This may be a rough start, but I can figure it out. Okay, I wanted to see if I understand it, so I'm looking at my own code first. People put break in so that they don't forget it. Switch needs it. Okay. Yes. Well, I mean, it's good that she puts it in first then. So, switch. Okay, if pressed enter, then the switch occurs room. Then in case of if you're in room start, then you go to game when you press enter. That's when you play the game. And then... Oh, okay, well that's it. I just explained it all. Okay, and then the next one, let's see. That's the break. Then, case... No, I'm not in the wrong case. RM win.
Game over. And because we haven't put a break statement after this, it will run this code in either case, right? It will just keep going until it hits a break statement.
Okay, I was about to ask why she does this.
Alright, so that takes care of the enter presses, but what about the score and the lives? So I'm going to have this object keep track of the score. So if the score...
Oh, I didn't close the curly fry bracket. The one that I opened over here, because I can't see it. That's why I didn't close it. Okay, there we go.
Is greater than or equal to 1000, because that's what we said would be the win condition. Then let's room go to the win room.
Wait, did it not close? Unnecessary expression case. But why? RM game over is a room, right? Oh, the curly fry. I got a I see. Holy shit, this is hard. Thank you. Gotcha. Okay. If score, sorry, it's like I didn't even see that there. If score is greater than or equals to 1000, then we curly fry. Room, go to RM, win. And then we close this one here.
And also we can say if lives is less than or equal to 0, then we can also go to the game over room. But
don't butt me, I'm still busy typing. I understand that you guys who know what you're doing, and you guys who have like sort of, you know, pre-existing conditions will find this really, really, really bad as a first-time tutorial, but this is literally the one that they give you. So I thought I'd go for this first. This is literally the one when you buy the shit from them, when you open the program for the first time, it's right there. It's the one that they recommend. And it's the one I'm going to go for because of that. So I'm going to do it first, and when I'm done, then I'm going for the ones from the professional programmers, the guys who have made games. I'm going for the one from that guy who made Gunpoint. I'm going for the one from that guy who is Sean Spalding. I mean, that alone is enough. I don't know who that is, but he's the guy. So they've made stuff, so they're the ones. So hopefully we'll get, I want to say, more from that. Don't know. You wouldn't do the one from Gunpoint guy? Why? I'm going to do them all, dude. I might not do it on stream, but I'm doing it.
one other thing that we have to do is make sure that we're only checking this.
Oh, is it super old? Oh, shit. Okay, I understand. Okay.
In the game.
Well, maybe I'll watch it. Because, maybe I'll watch it to just, I'll watch it as entertainment. Because it's interesting to me. And I won't code along with him, but I will mentally code along with him, you know?
Because if we check this in every room, it's also going to... And
say that
also,
again.
we can say if lives is less than or equal to 0, then we can also go to the game over room. But one other thing that we have to do is make sure that we're only checking this in the game room. Because if we check this in every room, it's also going to be doing this in the win room. So it's going to be stuck in a loop.
Well, the reason I want to watch it is because right at the start, he says something to me that like really resonates. And it's like, he said that it's a mess. And he made a messy game, but he did it as his first real proper, like, let's just say excursion into game making. And he said that right at the start, he said that, you know, this could prove valuable because of that, because he can explain it like a newbie. And I mean, that works for me. Did I break my bracket somewhere, Traxxer? What is that? Bam. Easy. I saw the red there, yes.
Loop where we keep moving to the win room, which is not what we want.
I love that it tells you that. It's like, it tells you, then you can actually... I probably could have figured that out myself.
Check if the room is equal to the game room.
Okay, I didn't understand that last bit there. Say it again, lady.
So first we have to check if the room is equal to the game room. Right, and I'll just tab this over. Alright, and just to speed up our testing, I'm just going to set the score to 990 and lives down to 1. And let's give that a run. So, to 1, or to 9, I'm going to set the score. Testing, I'm just going to... Alright, and just to speed up our...
So she does this. How the balls is she doing this? What is this bracket here? What is this bracket?
Just tab this over. Alright, and just to speed up our testing, I'm just going to the game room.
This one opens, then it closes. After the score, opens and closes. Oh my god, it's so hard to read when she types it like this, dude. Okay, I see.
Right, and...
But now she opened another one there.
I'll just tab this over. Alright, and just to speed up our test...
Oh, and she closed it again. Okay, okay, okay. Jesus, but that I don't understand. How we just making another one and closing it. Alright. Stardew Valley and Terraria are both a massive mess. But they work in the end somehow. Using DN spy on the binaries and the stuff is the stuff of nightmares. You'd recommend Unity too, but also not. It's not the most beginner friendly out there. Could start with Godot instead. I saw one guy who does a lot of videos for Godot, and it looks interesting, I suppose. I'm fine with this. I don't. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Testing. I'm just going to set the score to 990 and lives down to 1. And let's give that a run. So let's just press enter. 90.
She goes so fast to where the score and the
over.
lives are. Where is that?
And just to speed up our testing, I'm just going to set the score
In create,
to 9.
right there. Okay. But I want to set that back because obviously you can't properly test it. Yeah, no. So it's mostly just the tutorial that sucks. Oh, I did it. I made a mistake here. I didn't empty the room out. Okay, so I want to see if I can do that without looking at the video. So, the start room. The game over room. I hope I'm not breaking it. And the win room. There we go. Okay. It didn't work. Oh no. Oh no, did I just remove the game? Is it back? Yeah, oh shit, dude, I almost removed the game. I undid it. I undid it. I undid it. Okay, so game over is gone, start is gone, win is gone. GG, dude. GG. Okay, here we go. Okay. Pew! That's not good. That's not good text. Let me see if I can fix this alone. Okay, press enter to restart. That's not good text. Well, let's die first. Hold on. You're out! That's not good text either. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Let's see why that is. So, workspace. It's a looping game. Should I call it Loop Hero instead of Space Rocks? Let's do your route first. Here. Where'd I go? Huh? Are you in a dungeon? Give her a moment first, and then I can go. It's the start and end screen. Yes, so... Why is it not working? So, FA center, that's right. FA center. Why is it bunching it up? Just give her a second. Lillian's unhappy. I'm gonna check again quickly why how it's bunched up. Okay, so that's like... Press enter to restart. Where's the press? I just want to see where press enter to restart is. That was the win, right? You won? Oh, here it is. Draw text. Wait, what text am I drawing here? Where's the score? Okay, so this is win. All the way to there. This is 200, 200. That's the problem. So if I move this down to 3 or 400 and I click play. Sorry, I didn't want to look at chat. Ah, fantastic. I figured it out. Okay. So 300 should be fine. Fantastic. I did it. Yes, 150, 200, 200. Gotcha. Oh my god, I'm so happy I just did that. Ah, that's beautiful. Jeez, that's fantastic. Okay. I might have to go check on Lillian in a moment, but I'm just going to see what happens, okay? I need to give her a moment to just see if she can figure it out herself. Okay, so... final score, we'll put this at 300 as well. And see what happens. This is if I die. You guys better get used to this "you're out" text, because you're going to see it. How do I die now? This is harder than you think. It's harder than one imagines. What's she saying? Oh, I need to move this down a bit more. Aranya dummy? Okay, so final score is right. I just want to press enter to restart a bit. That's 300. $200. You won. Press enter to restart. Oh, this was you're out. Okay. Star Citizen 2 confirmed. Font seems a little more than 50 tall as well. So 50 isn't enough. I'm not really sure how that exactly is working. The font's like, it's a very weird choice, but yeah. Hope you see now why random magic numbers in your code is bad. Listen, I'll be right back. I won't be long. One sec, BRB. Damn, dude. I'm back. Hello. I'm back. It was success, and then it was unsuccessful. Perry Panda, thank you so much for the 8 months, dude. Hello. I appreciate that so much. Yo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's nice to see you. This is, in fact, the GameMaker language, yes. GML. I don't know if that's the best idea or the worst idea, but I'm doing it anyway. Lillian was not happy. I almost managed to calm her down, but then I moved while sitting on the floor, and the floor creaked, and it gave her a fright, and she woke up again, and then Mom just ran in there now to save her. So, I'm back. Now, what we were busy with was I was trying to realign this without looking at the video. So basically, the problem was when I died, the text was messed up. You're out and press enter to restart. They were too close to each other. So you're out. Final score. Press enter to restart. These two are too close to each other. So 50 is not enough. So we can make this 125. And we can make this 215. It doesn't really matter. And I can make this 315. These numbers are all kind of irrelevant, I suppose, as long as it fits nicely on the screen, like that. I mean, technically, it would be cooler if final score and press enter to restart are closer to each other from a design point of view. So final score and press enter to restart, they can be, I would say, the difference between these two can be much smaller. So I'll go for, it's just a bit weird, you see. Now, I think I want to bring that one in instead, so I'll make this let's make it 275. Rather stick with the 25s and then make this 225. Yes, enter bean bottom makes sense. The other two don't. There you go. That's perfect. Okay. Oh, shit. These two need to make... Yes. This needs to be... Right. Of course. Okay. Yeah, this should be down below. But how do I move it? Oh, my God. Oh, I just switched the heights. Right. So this should be 275. And this should be 225. God. Okay. Genius. You guys are right. Right? Ha! Okay. Perfect. That's right. Okay, we did it. We win. We were just basically at the end of this video that we were watching. And at the end of it...
Alright, and I'll just tab this over. Alright, and just to speed up our testing, I'm just going to set the score to 990 and lives down to 1. And let's give that a run. So let's just press...
We still haven't set a respawn for our character, which saddens me. It saddens me. So if I get this right, if I understand correctly, do we respawn? Let's just check. Did we respawn? Let's check. Okay, I guess we're shit out of luck. So if I understand how it works correctly, she forgot to add it, as far as I understand. She forgot to add the respawn. So let's look in the comments of the video. If you're missing respawn, try adding instant create layer room with blah 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 blah. Lost in object ship. Is that the one? Okay, so let's try this. And I want to see. So it's in object ship. Okay. Comic Sans font. Where? Okay, so in object ship collision with the asteroid event. So I love YouTube comments, man. There you go. That's the collision asteroid event. Now to repeat 10. This is... Okay. I'm going to see if I can do this. No, I'm just copying someone else's code now. I want someone to explain it to me. Oh, Jesus. I've used identical code before. So, okay, but now, how do I... So, okay. Okay. So, what happens is when I get hit, lives go -1. I get destroyed. Okay. And then the debris goes. But then the brackets here is what I'm not understanding. So, these are there's no curly fry brackets here at all. Right? There's no curly brackets at all. This is here... And that's that. This is separate from all of the rest, like these ones. So we create in a layer room divided by 2, height divided by 2, the width and height, instances, and object ship. But what? That's outside of the repeat, so it doesn't get repeated 10 times. Okay, I understand. But someone just explain this to me then, so that I understand where I'm going to with this. I'm creating a layer. Room width divided by 2. Why immediately am I doing this at the start? It's creating a new instance of an object, of ship. Is that what's happening? Or of... Oh, it's making a new... Oh, it's making instances. Then it's putting it in the instance layer. Okay. But... Oh, is this the position? Oh. Hold on. Let me look on their code thing here. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's what I wasn't understanding. So this is the XY. Okay. Then the layer ID. And then the object we want created. Right. So it's putting it exactly in the middle. Height and... Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. So exactly in the middle of the room. Instances. Okay. Tooltips at the bottom of your window. Oh, here we go. Fantastic. I didn't even see that there. Oh, holy shit. That's fantastic. Okay. Oh, it even highlights the one I'm on. You're right. Man, that's cool. That's fine. That's mighty fine, right? You work as a develop engineer. That's what you do all day. Just copy code from Stack Overflow. That's how a real programming job works. Okay, I understand what this is doing. Let's see if it works. I get it. We want to die. My ship's... It works. It works. Okay. It works. Wow. Thanks a lot, Cosmonaut. Okay. Who did this for me? Who's the guy? I love this guy very much. He's great. This dude here. Hitchens TV. Thank you, man.
Let's enter. And let's go and choose something. There we go. So we won. Let's restart. Great. So we've restarted the game. Press enter again. And let's go into it. Great. And
wait. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. What is this bullshit? Woman. Dude, she has a different version of the game. Mine just spawns 3. Never more than 3. It just spawns 3. Why does she have 5? She added more to hers. Wench. Why didn't she tell me? Oh, in the next one she's gonna add spawning of more. Okay. So you know you've watched ahead.
Go into it. Great. And game over. Alright, so that will do us for now. In the next tutorial, that will be our final tutorial, we're just going to add some flourishes to the game. So we're going to have the game object actually spawning in more and more asteroids as we go through the game, and we'll be adding some sound effects and music.
Sound effects.
So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and
Yes!
I will see you in the next one.
Hello and welcome back to the final video for making space rocks in GML. So this time we're putting the finishing touches on our project. So first up, I want to get our game object to spawn in the asteroids while we're playing the game. So we don't have any need for these ones, so let's just get rid of them. And now in the game object
Whoa!
itself, so let's just get
RM game, okay. What the... How did she just do that? Oh, did she do it on the side here?
so let's just get rid of them.
No, she's clicking on them. Eugensia, dude, thank you so much for gifting Traxa a sub. I appreciate that, man. And it's nice to see you again. Hey. Thank you, man. Much obliged. It's nice to see you, Dudo. Why can't I select these? Like she does. I'm in RM game. Thank you, Eugensia. And yo. Okay, rooms. RM game. No, it's not working. Do we zoom in more? I have to be on debris? Traxa is a genius. Okay. I wasn't on the instances layer. That's always what I forget that every time. Yeah. Okay, so you have to be on the I wasn't on any layer specifically. Can I put a background in? Like, can I make my own background? Oh my god, it's going to be fantastic. Okay. We're removing those, she says.
And now in the game object itself, at the start of the game room, so let's add that event. Let's go add event. It's down in other, room start, and let's just check.
What? Okay. I'm going to have to slow down again here. Right, so workspace. Let's zoom out and see how crazy it looks. I'm going to make my own sounds if I can. Does she show me how? That'll be awesome. Later she adds a parallax one. No, I'll do my own sounds if I can. Okay. So this is not looking like a crazy person's murder board yet, unfortunately. But, you know, just get Audacity. I have Audacity. I had Audacity. Right. Okay. So she was on OBJ game, right? You don't know how to use it, but everyone always says use Audacity. I think it's a good program. I don't know. I know how to use it. I do, but I don't know how to make sound effects with it. I guess we'll see. We add a new event. Was it gay? Oh no, what was it? Let's watch this video again. Room start.
That the room does equal the game room.
So she made her code much bigger than mine. If room equals RM game, so I understand what we're doing here at least, then...
Because this event gets triggered at the start of any room. And now we want to create some asteroids at a certain XXYY location I'm just going to put. So these variables we're going to set in a second. In the instances layer, obj asteroid. And now I want to create those asteroids at the boundary of the room. So around the player, but not right on top of it. So for XX...
Did she put obj asteroid in there? Yeah. How does she finish it?
And now I want to create those asteroids at the boundary of the room, so around the player, but not right on top of it. So for XX, I want it to choose either the first third or the second third, so I'm going to use choose. And then random range, 0 room width times, I'm just going to do 0.3. Right, so that's one of the options, so it can make it between 0 to about a third of the way in, or it can make it between about 2/3 of the way in to the very end of the room. And I'll do the same for the Y. Except for room width, I'm going to use height. Technically for my dimensions, they're the same thing, but that's what we should be putting.
Holy crap. Okay, she went really fast. Does hovering over a method show what possible parameters are available in this IDE? A method, like you mean like choose? I'm actually not seeing any oh, there it is. She went way too fast for me. Oh, like instance layer create? Yes. Well, not... I mean, it doesn't show what possible parameters are available. It shows what it uses. So you need a X or Y, a layer ID or name, and then an OBJ. That's what it shows down here. And here it says, I've made a mistake. Is it the comma that I forgot to put in, or... Wait.
Alright, and let's repeat, but for end of the room. Or, so random range.
Huh? It's just not that descriptive. Yeah, it's more descriptive. You click on it, and then you open this thing. I want to look at this and see if I see anything wrong. Comma, comma, comma. I know I haven't finished this yet. I know. Oh, is that why there's an error? Because I haven't finished this yet? Oh, okay, okay. I thought the error was on that line.
And now I want to create those asteroids at the boundary of the room, so around the player, but not right on top of it. So for XX, I want it to choose either the first third or the second third, so I'm going to use choose. And then random range, 0 room width times, I'm just going to do 0.3. Right, so that's one of the options, so it can make it between 0 to about a third of the way in, or it can make it between about 2/3 of the way in to the very end of the room. And I'll do the same for the Y. Except for room width, I'm going to use height. Technically for my dimensions, they're the same thing, but that's what we should be putting. Alright, and let's repeat all of this 6 times so that we're getting 6.
I need to just look at this again quickly. 100% one more time.
0 room width times, I'm just going to do 0.3. Right, so that's one of the options, so it can make it between 0 to about a third of the way in, or it can make it about a third of the way in.
Is that multiplied? Asterisk means multiplied, right?
One of the options. 0 room width times, I'm just going to do 0.3.
Okay, yes.
Right, so that's one of the options, so it can make it between 0 to about a third of the way in, or it can make it between about 2/3 of the way in to the very end of the room. And I'll do the same for the Y.
Oh, I did wrong here, not 0. This is just room width.
Except for room width, I'm going to use height. Technically for my dimension,
Okay, we're doing it on a Y again. And we're going for...
they're the same thing, but but that's what we should be putting.
Height and height. Okay, so let's see what the area is here. Oh yeah, okay. I see. I'm not closing my choose. Where does she close hers?
All right.
Oh, in the next line, of course. But does that comma even go there? This comma doesn't go here. So in the next line, we close it, and we put that there. But then, I could just as well put this in its own line, put that in its own line. You know? It's like I'm doing with the curly brackets. I know it's like, it seems a little weird, but it makes it more readable, I think. I don't know. It's like, it's whatever. You could all, I guess you could put it all in one row.
Repeat all of this 6 times so that we're getting 6 asteroids.
So to make this all repeat 6 times, she just opens another one after the bracket, and she's like, yo, repeat 6 times. I could be a renegade and do 7, but... And then she closes it just before here. That's it? What is this? There we go.
Alright, so that should spawn the asteroids into the room. But now we need to get it to continuously spawn an asteroid every few seconds. So for this, we're going to set an alarm. So this is a special event that we can set to be triggered after a certain amount of time. Why is it called alarm? So for example, in the room start of the game room, so once it goes through that repeat, we can set that alarm 0, right? Because that's alarm 0, to go off after 60 steps. So this is setting the amount of steps. It's not seconds. So we could actually say just 60 steps, or you can write...
Oh, okay. So after you set a time, and then after a certain amount of time, it goes off.
Room speed times 1. So that would be 1 second. So after 1 second...
Yeah, 60 is its frames. It calculates time in frames, so that's 1 second.
Of the room starting.
We're in room start, right? Okay. And then she puts this in here. I like this part of the programming where it immediately understands that you've added something.
It's going to run this alarm and spawn one more asteroid.
It's like, yes, alarm 0. Of course, that's right here. Why is it called alarm instead of timer? That's... Because a timer, you time in something. So, basically, the difference is an alarm... I actually don't know, man. I actually don't know. No. Is timer the default? I was about to say no, because after a timer goes off, it's the same thing. You could have an alarm when the timer goes off, right? It's the same thing. I don't know why they would have a different name for it if it's different, if it's the same, sorry.
So now, in this alarm, we're going to spawn these asteroids not within a certain range of the room, but right at the boundary. So for this to work, X or...
New asteroids will be spawned at the boundaries of the room.
Y's are the...
What XY coordinates will fulfill these parameters?
They're going to have to be 0 or the total room width or room height. Right, so we can spawn it up the top and any X coordinate along the top or down the bottom and any X coordinate down the bottom, and the same for down the 2 sides. So first off, we need to make that choice of if we're making it down the left and right sides or the top and bottom sides. So I'm just going to get this to flip a coin, basically. Choose 0 or 1. And if this returns 0, then we'll go down the sides. Otherwise...
We can leave a comment in the code to help with organization. Just put in before any line of code and it will not be compiled or have any effect. Oh god, I forgot the comments. This is... Oh no, she's doing it differently. To set where the asteroids will be spawning periodically. Okay, we'll see what she does. Okay, so choose. Boom, boom. And if it's that one... I messed up here already. That's closing the I've got too many brackets here. If choose, now I've got the right amount of brackets. Open curly fry. Open another curly fry.
We'll go up the top or down the bottom. So for down the side, we're going to use the same kind of logic as before. So we're going to declare, for down the side, we're going to use...
She waited until the last episode of the tutorial to tell me about comments. You guys told me about it, fortunately, but yes, she did.
The same kind of logic as before. So we're going to declare two temporary variables for XX and YY. So XX is going to be 0, right, the left side, or the room width, which is the right side. And then YY can be anything at all between 0 and the room height.
Okay. Because the side one, you can't have random on the X, you can have random on the Y. Gotcha. Yes. Okay, I understand. I get it. Let's just catch up with the code quickly. So, if this... Let me just... Okay, where are we now? If this, choose... Boom, 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 boom. Yes. Equals, yes. 0. Open the bracket. Because I'm typing it differently from her, it's kind of difficult to know that if I'm doing it right. But it does help me understand it better. Because then I'll immediately see... but let's see what happens. Okay, so now we declare in variables. XX equals choose 0 room width var YY equals irandom range 0 room height. Understand that. Else,
and here it's going to be similar, except XX.
No, why do I have so many open brackets now? She closed hers without telling me. God damn it, woman. I mean, she did. It's sort of like she did, but she didn't. The bracket comes in here, so she opened a new one for these, which would be closed here, and then she opens a new one for else. So it's after else, right? Which opens there. It's kind of weird. This might be wrong. I'm going to check quickly. This is the room.
X can be anything.
Width.
And YY
Yeah. I get it.
is going to be at the top or bottom.
I get it. So this is 0 room width What is that? Oh, okay.
And now we can just spawn that in. At XXYY.
Parentheses, brackets, curly braces. Your native language has it especially confusing because you describe them as different types of parentheses. Haha, mates. That makes it so difficult, yes. I just call them curly fries. Brackets. I don't know. I have never used parentheses. It's like round brackets and square brackets to me. That's just what I've always used. I don't know. I didn't know what parentheses were until I came here.
In the instances layer, obj asteroid. All right. So we have set that alarm to go off here.
Oh, it's instance
and
create
then from that
layer.
point on, I actually want this alarm to reset itself so that maybe it goes off after, let's say, 4 seconds. So I could do 4, times 60 or room speed. And that way we're going to get it to...
Okay, we gotta slow down. She lost me. But let me just type this first.
after, and now we can just spawn that in. At XXYY in the instances layer, obj.
Okay, so the whole thing, the whole thing. Yeah, she just introduced comments in the fifth video or whatever this is. So the whole thing here, this whole first bit that I typed here is basically I'm setting the parameters and then I'm spawning what I want to spawn in at these parameters. Is the idea, right? This is cute. You can minimize it. Okay.
Asteroid. Alright, so we have set that alarm to go off here, and then from that point on, I actually want this alarm to reset itself so that maybe it goes off after, let's say 4 seconds. So I could do 4 times 60 or room speed. And that way we're going to get it to keep going off. Now, one thing that we should actually just put in is because this object is persistent, this alarm might be set to go off after we have transitioned to another room. So say because we've won or because we've lost. And I don't want to keep making asteroids in the wrong room. So I am just going to check up here if the room does not equal room game, then what we're actually going to do is just exit. Right, so this exits the rest of the script, so it won't perform anything after this point. So it's not going to create anything, and it's not going to keep resetting. Alright, so let's give that a test. So hit enter, and our asteroids have spawned in.
No, stop. You're going too fast. See, like this here is a little bit confusing to me. So this is the same class. Exit is the same class as a variable. I can read about it. The statement has the following syntax. Exit simply ends the execution of the current script function, method, or event. Note there's a slight difference in use here depending on the scope. If you use exit in a script or function, a script function or method, it will simply exit the function and return to the code that called the function. If you use it in a code block within an object, it'll exit the entire event, even if there are various separate code blocks after exit has been called. Okay. All right. So, are you guys saying the entire GameMaker engine locks FPS to the game speed? But I don't know if that's true, because I think I've played games on the GameMaker engine where the FPS was high and low. It might just be the way that she set this game up, right?
So let's give that
or how does that...
a test. So hit enter, and our asteroids are spawned in, and they are spawning around the room. So
let's see if it works. Oh my god, that's a lot of asteroids. That's fantastic. Okay. Let's see if we lose all our lives quickly. You're out. It ties game logic to FPS. Which is fine, it can run solid at whatever it's intended to, but causes slowdowns and bugs if it has frame drops. You know what's the worst is that. That's the worst. Let's see if I can fix it quickly. Where is it? How do I get to that? It's an object, right? It's an object game. Here. Fixed it. Just excuse me if I don't understand what you guys are talking about. Because I don't understand what you guys are talking about. I don't.
We should be seeing new asteroids every few seconds pop up. All right, perfect. So now we're pretty much finished. We can set these back to 0 and 3. And let's also add in some sound effects to the game. So there are some great free online websites that you can visit to make some sound effects for your game. Have a look at them and have a go at creating your own sounds, or you can just use my ones.
What is this one called? What the hell?
So I'm just going to bring up my sounds and just drag them into the project. There we go. So I have...
Oh my god. She probably links hers, right? Yeah. Shit. That's just, it's so much better.
a few sound effects for shooting and dying, for example, and I also just have a background song to play. So in the game object, I am...
Okay. Do I just get hers for now? I want to make my own, but like I feel like it takes... I'd need a whole nother stream for that.
Drag them into the project. There we go. So I have a few...
Let's see if her assets are still there. I'm excited to make my own, but like 17 megs? What did she make? What format are these? Oh, sprites are here too. Oh. Are they FLAC? No, they're not waves. Oh, she was really inefficient. Oh my god, dude. It's a 1 minute 30 track and it's 30 megs big. Wow. Okay. So I just take them, she said, and I drag them into sounds. Is that it? I can just do that? Well, let's just minimize this quickly because this is insane. Wow. Changes detected in project directory. I don't get it. Why is it saying this? What? Okay, oh, yeah, click reload, yes, but why am I clicking reload? Oh. I put stuff in the folder it already had in memory. So now it's reloading the folder and adding this to the stuff that was in the memory. Okay. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. There it is. That's cool. That's cool. I understand.
Few sound effects for shooting and dying, for example, and I also just have a background song to play. So in the game object, I am going to play that song at the start of the game room. So I can just put it in here and we'll use the function audio play sound. MSC.
So in room start.
Song is just what I've called it.
Shit. Okay. Where does she put it exactly? She puts it in here. Audio, play, sound.
And then it's asking for a priority. It just sets the priority of the sounds if you've got multiple sounds playing at once. I'm just going to put 2, and I'm going to say true, it does loop. Alright, so that should play the music at the start of the game. And now in the step...
Okay, so I want to just criticize her for a second here. She's pointing at it with her mouse pointer, but she doesn't explain why. So here, look. This is just criticism, bad teaching, okay? Because, like, she points down here, priority.
The priority of the sounds.
Look, she points here. Look, she goes like, point.
Put 2, and I'm going to say true,
there,
it
loops.
does loop.
See? Okay, so like, she explains, but she doesn't explain. So now, I want to know why. So, I have to go and check. Which means I have to click on audio play sound. Set the channel priority of the sound. Low priority sounds will stop in favor of high priority sounds, and the priority value can be any real number. The actual value is arbitrary and can be from 0 to 1 or 0 to 100. As GameMaker Studio 2 will prioritize them the same. Okay. Yes. So she's putting sound effects on 1, I guess, and music on 2. That makes sense to me, but she didn't explain it. Again, it's just, I will call her out for bad teaching there, but it's whatever.
Alright, so that should play the music at the start of the game.
Can we set the sound volume down?
In the step event, I'm also going to add...
Because I'd like to do that. Okay.
The win sound here. So again, audio play sound.
Whoa! Oh, I see where we are. Okay. So in the step event, where was that now? OBJ game? There's a lot of stuff in OBJ game, dude. Room go to win. Okay. So she puts it here. Audio play. What did she call them?
Sound win.
SND win. I can rename my stuff to anything if I want.
At the priority
on
1.
And false. Okay, because it doesn't loop. 1 false. How does she end this?
And I'll say false. I don't want it to loop. And then for game over, we'll do the same thing.
I want to type it. Game over, audio, play, sound, SND, die. 1 false brackets.
Alright, so those are just 2 sound effects.
Lose. Oh, oops, that's not... Okay, lose. Gotcha.
That will play when we win or lose. Now, when we shoot, I want to...
Okay, so I didn't actually take those websites that she gave for the sound effects, but I need a website to make sound effects, probably. Or I can try and figure out myself in something like Audacity, but websites that allow you to use tools and stuff for it, that's kind of cool.
I'm going to play the zap noise. So that was in here in the step event when we pressed the spacebar to shoot. Let's also play the sound zap.
So VK space, and we're putting it in under this one. Audio, play, sound, SND, zap, 1 false, like so.
And when I collide with the asteroid, I'm going to play the die sound. And I'm also going to get that...
This one's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not adding any comments to it. Well, you'd use it over a website personally, more options for file types, at a guess, and better performance. Yeah, but it doesn't have a library of built-in sound effects. Audacity actually needs you to make zap, 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 and record it. In other words, like, it doesn't come with that pre-built, easy-to-use system, basically. Use your voice. Yeah, and then modify it to make it sound like a sound effect. That's, yeah. I mean, that's possible. I'd have to test.
To play when I hit one of the asteroids with my bullet. So the sound is going to play when the ship and the asteroid blows up. Oh. The die sound. And I'm also going to get that to play when I hit one of the asteroids with my bullet. So the sound is going to play when the ship and the asteroid blows up.
Yeah, it depends on what I'm making, of course. There's a Humble Bundle out there right now that I might get that has a bunch of cool... there's one up right now. I think it's up for the next 3 days or 4 days or something. I might get that with a bunch of cool assets and stuff, but I'll see. It's unnecessary right now, but it is nice to, over time, pick these things up and just have them in your library for, you know, future use. Okay, so we're on OBJ Bullet, and then on Asteroid. She doesn't have the outside room one anymore. It's gone. Her bullets are just spawning indefinitely. Oh, sloppy. Not spawn in, they're carrying on indefinitely. There's a few good things on the marketplace too, yeah.
Alright, and really that should be it. So let's give the game a final run.
Final run? Still too loud. The music is too loud. Wait, it's not using my lives properly, is it? Oh, I'm just insta-dying, right. Taraxa said something about that. Oh, okay. So, wait, isn't it supposed to play at the...
So, when we hit enter, our music should start, and we should be hearing all of our sound effects.
Oh, this was a stylistic choice. Why didn't she have the music on the main menu? Weird. Can I set this volume down on the music? Like way down? Is it gonna affect it? It works. Does it work? I feel like it's working. Yeah, it's working. It just scales very weirdly. See, I do think that her volumes on her sound effects and stuff are really loud anyway. You know, it's like I said, it's the song itself is 30 megs. Jeez, man.
There we go.
Cool.
And maybe we'll just give a second pause between actually dying and then resetting the level. So when the ship hits the asteroid, what we could do is set an alarm, again, within the game object to restart the level. So in here, let's create a new alarm, and this could just...
Okay, in OBJ game.
be room restart.
That's alarm 1. Okay. Just making another alarm. What if you get more than... What if you need more than 11 alarms?
Right, and we'll set this off with our ship. So we'll go with OBJ game.
Oh, shit. Okay, now we're going back to ship. Okay. And she opens a curly fry? Did she open a curly fry? Yes, and she closes
1
it.
equals room speed. But just one thing, so remember how we had the song playing But just one thing, so with obj game, alarm 1 equals room speed. But just one thing, so remember how we had the song playing at the start of the room? Because we've just restarted the room
What did
and
she
not
do?
the
Oh my god. I didn't see the code.
game. Alarm 1 equals room speed. But just
Okay, got it.
one thing, so remember how we had the song playing at the start of the room? Because we've just restarted the room and not the entire game, that song
Music is only stopped when the game restarts or ends. It can continue between rooms. That makes sense,
is
yes.
still actually going to be playing. So you might want the song to just carry on as normal, or you might want it to just restart. So I might get it to restart. So what I'm going to do is just...
Where'd she go now? To game, to room start. Okay.
have it check first if audio is playing the song. Then I'm going to get it to just stop it. And then it will replay it again. Alright, so if we just play that one more time. Then
Too fast with the code in, Lady Grill.
the song.
Okay. And then she opens a curly. But the curly can be here, it's fine. No, yeah, okay.
Then I'm going to get it to just stop it. And then it will replay it again. Alright, so
then she types audio stop. I am following this, but only loosely.
so if we just play that one more time, then that should be fine.
Jacob Calder, what's up? Can you see my knuckles, please? Why do you want to see my knuckles? Excuse me. Who asked? What about... Oh, it's really comfy to watch something that you've been wanting to do for a while, or did you decide on a whim to make something? I had been wanting to do it literally my entire life, but it's not something that I ever thought was really accessible until I saw the whole Loop Hero thing. Thank you, Artful. Yeah, I saw Loop Hero was made in GameMaker, and I read at the same time GameMaker was sort of easy to get into comparatively, and it also gave you sort of a head start on certain things like assets and I suppose just ease of use. And I thought that, well, what better time than now? Code monkey check. I don't understand what that means. I don't know what that means. This isn't that kind of stream. Thank you, Dave. You got my back, huh?
There we go, and it restarts. Alright, so that's pretty...
Let's see if it works. That works, okay. It's still a bit janky, because you can die 3 times in a row. So, like, that's what Taraxa said. He added an invulnerability shield that lasts for whatever amount of time. So Taraxa made the game better, but it's whatever. Villain? You feel like it doesn't matter too much on what you use when you get into program. It's more important to know what you can do with code rather than how to do it, like learning variables, loops, arrays, and so on. Yeah, but that's the thing, is it's going to come with use and time.
We've made a little space rocket.
That's how I see it. Is like it's the same as when I started using video editing programs and started fiddling with my own like visual creation stuff. It just takes time. You don't understand what you're doing the first time when you follow the tutorial, but when you've done it 6 more times, you start to get the link between what's going on and all that stuff. But it just takes time. That's the main thing.
There is a lot you could still add to it, so hopefully you can build off of this foundation and make a more complicated game. Another thing we can tidy up is that you might have noticed when you play the game that everything seems to be spawning in the exact same way. And that's because when we've been using those random functions, it isn't actually random every time. GameMaker has made a kind of random seed for the game to use in testing to make it easier to debug. But if you want that seed to be changed every time you run the game, then we could come into our game object and just when it's created, we could get it to perform the randomize function. And once you're done with your game, while you can't export the game just with the trial license, you can export it if you have something like the creator or developer licenses that will allow you to publish to Windows or Mac. So we can come over here and just click create executable, package it as an installer or a zip, and then we can save it somewhere. Once that's done, you should be able to share your game to others.
Duh.
With that, we've come to the end of the series. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed making space rocks, and maybe
it's not
I
the
will
end of the
see you
series.
in another tutorial.
I want to see the randomized thing again quickly. So she puts that right in create and obj game, right? At the start. Right here. Why didn't we do that right from the start? You didn't enjoy it? I'm glad. We need some variation. I had fun. Excuse me, what? What happened there? Something's janky here, dude. Oh, I see what's happening. Something's definitely janky here. See, there. It's like my ship respawns. My ship respawns, but that's wrong. So my ship respawns and then the room doesn't close. There's like a delay there. I think it's like this here. What's alarm 0 again? This spawns the asteroids. This will set with asteroids spawn periodically. Alarm 1, room restart. Where does alarm 1 throw to? Alarm 1 is on OBJ ship. Oh no, it's on it's when the ship gets destroyed. Alarm 1, room speed. For me to try and like debug this now would be impossible. I'll check the next video before I end. Yes, I'll do it. Alarm 1 comp used outside that object. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So what I'm wondering is why does here, if anyone can tell right now, why when I hit an asteroid, can I die twice in a row? It's supposed to reset immediately. So that timer needs to be less. So the ship is spawning back instantly. Okay? And it shouldn't be spawning back instantly. In other words, the ship should be gone for a moment when it gets destroyed. Right? No, it resets the room. Not resetting the game. Lives -1. Alarm 1, room speed. It has something to do with this. I think. What does alarm 1 do then? So alarm 1 is in OBJ game. Room restart. Here's the problem. It's here. Why would it reset the room? I don't know, she told me to do it. So I did it. I think I followed her exactly. I don't think I made a mistake. So there's something. Is it in the instance create layer OBJ ship? Okay, let me check quickly. Instance create layer. Debris obj ship. Wait, that would be in... Here, this one. But it's supposed to make the ship again. It's just that the alarm is too soon. Or like... So, no, something needs to line 19. Yeah. But that's supposed to be there because it needs to respawn. Yes, that's the problem. Thank you. Villain has summed it up. So it creates the ship, then resets the room after. So I wanted to reset the room, then create the ship. Right? So I want them to flip those around. But then what if it spawns you on an asteroid? No, it can't spawn you on an asteroid. It's a logic error, not a syntax error. No, I understand what you're saying with that. In other words, I told it to do something that it's doing perfectly fine. It's just stupid. What I'm telling it is just not a good idea. It's my problem, but it's her problem because she told me to do it. Why are you respawning on the asteroid object? I'm on ship. I'm on OBJ ship here. So, okay, so if I go back here. Here it is, somewhere here. Here.
Game. Alarm 1 equals room speed. But just one thing, so remember how we had the song playing at the start of the room?
This is just the music. But the script is obj asteroid. Oh, let me see. This is ship. Debris. Which one? Oh, obj asteroid. Oh, because it's the collision with... So when you collide with it, then you respawn the ship. In other words. That's why, sorry. That's the collision event. It's a collision event with object asteroid. That's why. Sorry. You don't understand why you wanted to reset the room when you're still playing. Okay, so how do we remove the reset of the room? So... I'd like to do that and see if it makes it more playable. So, if we want reset in the room, it would be an OBJ game, right? Room restart. Here. That's alarm 1. Okay. Let's just do this quickly. What happens now? I double died. Right. That's why you reset the room. Because it's supposed to reset immediately. Because if you don't... Look. See, you can triple die. Now, if I undo this... Then what happens is... That's it. Okay. I want it to happen immediately. Stop. Okay. So... I want it to happen immediately, not after 1 second, not after 60 frames. Okay, so I want that. So, shit, how do I make it? Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. So, this one is alarm 0 equals 60. Then the other one, alarm 1, is... Where was alarm 1 then? It was in ship. No, where did I put alarm 1? It must be an OBJ game as well. It's here. Room restart. But it's on the ship, yes. But so here. Room speed. So you need alarm to not exist. But instead to call reset room. No, well, no, that's the thing. So the alarm is reset in the room. That is the reset. I just want it to happen immediately, not after a delay. Maybe just comment out line 19 and see if it works. Maybe villain's exactly right. But I don't think that's it. Let's try quickly. This is create layer OBJ ship. I don't think that's it. Then we just don't... Oh! Oh my god, he's a genius. Look at this guy! Villain was like cool and calm. God, how long was that? 5 minutes ago already. Villain was like, hey, that line is the problem. And I was like, no, that line's not the problem. Okay, can you explain yourself quickly one more time? It creates the ship, but then resets the room a bit after. That's what he explained. So, OBJ Astro... Why? Why did she tell me to put this line here? Or did I... No, I didn't put this in here for no reason. No, this is cool. This is a good solution, dude. This is a nice solution. Oh, it's running already? This is fine. This feels sort of... That was taken from the YouTube guy. Oh, so she did... You're right. This was taken from the YouTube guy. God damn it. You're right. So she did put a respawn function in. I just didn't realize it. Because it came sort of randomly and she didn't explain it very well. That's fantastic. Yeah, okay. So instead of respawning the ship or whatever, we just reset the room. I understand what Taraxa is saying, but the reason Taraxa, we don't just respawn the ship in the same room is because then you'd respawn the ship and you'd spawn on an asteroid and die. Then you'd have to add an invulnerability shield. This way, you spawn, the asteroid spawn from the sides, you have time to move out of the way. It makes sense to me. It's a test of skill. So that's fine. Save it. We're going to export this and put it on Steam. $10? $10. Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, so what's the next video? Taraxa said I must just check the start of the next video out quickly because that will give me a good look at sort of what's... Wait, cameras? What is this? No, Taraxa, which is the next one here? Is it just the next one? This one? Whoa.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Space Rock series. In this video, we'll be exploring cameras and viewports and changing our existing project.
Whoa.
So we have a much larger room.
Whoa.
Camera that actually follows the player. So to remind you, in our current project, we're not actually using any cameras or viewports at the moment. We have a pretty small room of 500 by 500 pixels.
What the hell is
As a
this
result,
shit?
When we run the game, that's how big the game window is as well. 500 by 500 pixels, so quite small. Now, you can think of cameras in GameMaker exactly as how...
There's no way I can program all of that stuff.
So they're just a device to capture an image. Game control.
That is so cool, dude.
We're not actually using any cameras.
I wonder if she sold this.
We have a pretty small room.
I have to check. No, this is not her game. This is not her game at all. Okay. Space rocks. Okay, I just had to check, dude. It's looking a lot more like Nova Drift. Yeah, Oddfall, it seems like it's going there, huh? Lumin TV, what's up? Do I know Delphi? No, what is Delphi? Who is Delphi? Is it a coding language? It sounds like a coding language. It is. It's a software product that uses Delphi dialect of the Object Pascal programming language. Yeah, no. No, Nova Drift's also GameMaker, yeah. For those that haven't seen it, I googled it the other day. It's the same. GameMaker is written in Delphi. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the same game we're busy with. This is the same game. This is what it's going to look like at the end of this tutorial series. You had it in high school. Oh. Wow. So this is the same game basically, but like much more high tech and cooler and shit. Also made in GameMaker. Kind of nice. I like it. It's It's wow. It's wow. So yeah, like I was saying, they have a special on, and I had a code that they gave me, and the chances are I'm probably gonna buy it because again, it's been very fun and I would like to continue. But they had a 25% off code, but which was apparently just for this weekend. But I don't know how that really works. I don't think it's actually just for this weekend. We're gonna see, but I'll probably pick that up. 12 videos left worth of improvements. What's it gonna look like at the end of it? I'm curious. I'm curious.